Kalalau Malak Yahweh, Wa Yahushai, Bahashem, Raha Kwadash, and double honors to the elders of GMS Ruel, blessings unto those men, and blessings and salutations to the Akim out there in truth, pushing his word in all sincerity and in honesty. With that being said, Shalom Israel, Barakatah. Today's lesson, in the fulfillment of prophecy. And here I have an article that says Iran crackdown rattles Middle East as analysts weigh U.S. options short of military intervention. Middle East calm phrase as Iran kills protesters. Israel weighs next moves and Trump signals military force. Months after the 12-day war between Israel and Iran, tensions are rising again as Iran kills protesters. Israel weighs new military action, and President DT signals the U.S. could intervene. The actions of DT are leading to the fulfillment of prophecy. Further reading says, DT sharpened pressure on Tehran this week, threatening U.S. action if Iranian security forces violently suppress the ongoing protests that erupted after the country's national currency collapse. If Iran shoots and violently kills peaceful protesters, the United States of America will come to their rescue, DT said on social media, adding that the U.S. was locked and loaded. In the fulfillment of prophecy, Iran will be stirred up in order for them to fulfill the scripture of 2 Esdras 15 and 30. Right now you have high tensions, but as soon as they pass that CHIP of Revelation 13, 16 through 18, that third world war comes quickly. Right now you have heightened tensions, and that's all in the fulfillment of prophecy. The Carmanian wild boars will come with great power, meaning that the Iranians shall come with great power due to their military might. But before I go to that scripture, let's begin in the scripture of 2 Esdras 15 and 28. Here we have that scripture of 2 Esdras 15 and 28. Behold, an horrible vision, and the appearance thereof from the east. The appearance thereof from the east. This speaks of the Middle East, which is known as Western Asia Minor. Right, a horrible vision was shown unto Esdras of great calamity, civil disorder, and of the utter breakdown of society. He also received a horrible vision of the East, which involved Saudi Arabia, Iran, etc., of the so-called Middle East. 2 Esdras 15 and 29, where the nations of the dragons of Arabia shall come out with many chariots, and the multitude of them shall be carried as the wind upon earth, that all they which hear them may fear and tremble. When it comes to the Hebrew word Arab, it simply means mixed. This is a vision that the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai gave unto Esdras. And when it comes to these so-called Arab nations, they shall come out with those many chariots, which goes into their weaponry. The dragons of Arabia shall not only back one another in talks and in trade, but they shall also back one another militarily. They shall come out with their tanks and vehicles. They shall come out with their tanks and vehicle-mounted weapons of war. Those chariots and those weapons that they shall come out with will also be supplied by Russia. Remember that Saudi Arabia bought billions of dollars worth of weapons from Russia. That was in January 25th of 2025. But when it says, and the multitude of them shall be carried as the wind upon earth, speaks of those missiles that shall travel from one end to the other. The Spirit of the Lord shall guide all these missiles of utter destruction to hit all their strategic targets upon modern-day Babylon the Great, and none shall miss. Babylon the Great in these times speaks of America. 2 Esdras 15 and 30. Also the Carmanians raging in wrath shall go forth as the wild boars of the wood, and with great power shall they come and join battle with them, and shall waste a portion of the land of the Assyrians. The Carmanians, aka the Iranians, are the Persians. The Carmanians represents the Iranian wild boars of Iran, and in the time of war, these Carmanians shall have that same wild mentality of a destructive wild boar. The Iranians of today are the Persians, and it is prophesied that they shall come with great power. All these tensions is leading up to this prophecy, meaning with their military might. When it comes to these smaller nations, they have officially leveled the playing field. They now possess nuclear capability and other sorts of advanced weaponry. This scripture of 2 Esdras 15 and 30 has said that the Carmanians shall rage in wrath, and with great power shall they come. Tensions are extremely high due to these current proxy wars that are taking place. The nations are angry. Also, if Iran was to get attacked or invaded by the West, that will automatically draw out the Russians to war too. Remember that Russia is providing unprecedented level of military aid and technical support to Iran. So any attack on Iran will definitely draw out the Russians. But it shall be the small hats that shall draw out the Americans to that final third world war. But we are no longer living in the time of peace but of war. Plus the allies of America shall betray her and shall bring their arrows upon her. The ancient Assyrians are not ruling today. The modern day Assyrian is Esau, Edom, and that land of the Assyrians speaks of America. They shall waste a portion of the land of the Assyrians. Remember what it says. They shall waste a portion of the land of the Assyrians. That's one of the reasons why they want to stop Iran from possessing and building those arrows of mass destruction. But it shall be Russia that shall also send their arrows of destruction over to modern day Babylon the Great. Once they implement that CHIP of Revelation 13 and 16, that third world war cometh quickly. What's happening now between these nations is only fulfilling prophecy. But with that being said, Kalalah Malak Yahweh, Wa Yahushai, Bahashem, Rachak Wadash, and double honors to the elders of Jemas Ruel, blessings unto those men, and blessings and salutations to the Akim out there in truth, pushing his word in all sincerity and in honesty. With that being said, Shalom Israel, Barakatah. Shalom.